We're here to talk today about Magento 2. My name is Brian Beck. I'm the Senior Vice President at Guidance Solutions. And Jeannie?
I'm Jeannie Peterson, and I am a co-founder of SOL in Denver, Colorado. We are a store that has been in operation for 18 years. And go ahead, Brian.
So we're going to talk about getting lift and support with Magento 2, no pun intended. Of course, we're selling lingerie. So. But we're going to talk about how we partnered together to drive double e-commerce sales for SOL over her earlier version of the e-com site. So just by way of quick introductions, I'll introduce myself in a little more detail. My background is mainly in e-commerce as an operator. I've been involved with Magento for many years. In fact, about 6 years ago, I ran e-commerce for Harbor Freight Tools, which was one of the early larger companies on Magento. So I've experienced the good, the bad, and the ugly with Magento, and I'm pleased to say that Magento 2 is actually one of the best things, in my view, that Magento has done. So really excited to talk about that with us today. We've got about 20 minutes, so we'll be going through some things. Jeannie, you want to talk a little more about?
Absolutely. So as I said, my sister and I founded SOL just about 20 years ago, and we had a very simple intention. We just simply wanted to bring some joy and fun into buying a bra, which for a lot of women is really more of a chore and not something they enjoy terribly. So we have successfully done that. We have an amazing group of women who are what we call raving fans. They love what we do, they love the product that we sell, and they have a very, very close relationship with the group of people that work with them. We call those groups of people their fitters. And they are women that actually spend time one-on-one in the fitting room to make sure and ensure that our customers are getting the very best product for them. So our challenge to guidance and ultimately our transition from community over to enterprise in Magento 2 was to carry on that feeling of who we are as a company in a brick and mortar situation into a wonderful website that has feeling and joy and fun. And we are currently on Magento 2. We were the first to launch here in North America, and it's working great. Lots of increase in sales and lots of great things going on. So
yeah, we'll talk more about that as we go through the presentation. So just to give you a little more background on guidance, we are a full-service e-commerce consulting and development firm. Web design, you'll see the designs we did with Jeannie was designed by our creative team. I run our strategy practice. So overall, what we do is we work with companies, retailers, manufacturers, distributors to build their business using e-commerce. So the really exciting, we got involved with SOL about a year ago, and really the first step was just kind of understanding the brand, getting involved from a strategic standpoint to understand how to build the business. And so do we have some retailers in the room with us today? Great. And we have some solution providers and technology providers, I'm sure, as well, right? Just trying to understand the audience a bit so we can speak to your needs. So really, and the good thing is I see some women in here, so you got some customers. But I will say for the guys, though, in the room, that there's Jeannie also sells these men's underwear. They're called Sacks. They're really good. She says they're life-changing. Sacks, I know.
I don't say they're life-changing. I've got tons of guys.
No, you told me they were anyway, they are life-changing. No, but I mean, I used to be afraid to speak in public, and now I'm wearing them, so we're good.
See what we can do for you?
I know, right? Yeah. So anyway, so we're going to talk a little bit about where she was, where you were as a business.
Absolutely.
And interesting thing, Jeannie. They say that not to look at the visuals are processed really, really quickly. So when I go to the next slide, everyone pay attention to me, not the slide. Okay, pay attention to me, not the slide. But Jeannie, you were in a position where a year ago you didn't really understand kind of really how to bring to life, right, the digital experience online. So Jeannie has a store that is just this retail operation is just so incredibly productive from a, this per square foot revenue numbers you get in your retail store would put Neiman Marcus to shame, right? So just incredible numbers out of what she does. And it's really about the way that she interacts with the customer, the experience they deliver in the store. And the hard part for e-commerce prior to the new site was connecting that, extending that, making that available to the customer, or both their current customer, but then also using that to build out, over time.
Absolutely.
The other thing I want to mention is that, the speed, your old site just didn't perform, right? So there's a stat that says you got to connect with a customer within 7 seconds of them landing on the page, right? Problem is her site was loading in 8 to 10 seconds, so everyone was leaving right before they even saw the site. So there were a lot of challenges around that. But do you want to talk to some of these here, some of your kind of your background?
Yeah, absolutely. As I've started to introduce what we do to you, what we really focus on every day and in every way is our customer. That's why we're where we are, and that's why we do what we do. And it was really critical for us to be able to give our customer a feeling of that store where we're at. And quite honestly, at times, we'd been in business for 18 years when we started this project, and we realized it was time to actually do some work on the brand. What was the brand? What did our customers actually say about us? So working with guidance really gave us some insight into that. We took a long look in the mirror and realized that really what we do that's really cool and amazing is that we have an environment that's warm and that's fun and that people really enjoy coming to. And we knew that our customers needed to experience what she loves on a day-to-day basis, walking into the store, having a great laugh, enjoying a glass of champagne. We needed to translate that onto the web and onto her online experience. For a new customer, she had to understand that what she had that just happened in the fitting room is also going to happen when she visits the site. That was a critical piece for us. While we were going through this process with guidance, we also realized that we wanted one market. That's where we started, but we knew that we had the opportunity to reach other markets, and we knew there were more soul girls out there. Our customers actually have deemed themselves soul girls. We didn't make that up. They said to them, they have this whole fun thing back and forth where they know one another because of a particular bra that they wear, or they know that they share the same fitter, these types of things. So they long ago deemed themselves soul girls, and that's why we call them soul girls.
So Jeannie was in a situation where they had some challenges, right, regarding the current site. They were on an earlier version of Magento 1 Community. And, we talked about some of these a little bit. It wasn't mobile optimized. So it was, not only did it not load quickly, but there was also issues where just non-usable, as many of you retailers also experience. She was at a point where she was at close to 50% of her traffic coming from mobile devices. So that was a big win for you moving over. Also, really the site didn't speak to the soul girl she was describing. It wasn't even from a fundamental standpoint, it wasn't performing. So when you went to search for her top selling bra, which is a Daisy bra, it would give you a no results page on the old site. And it's her #1 product. So those are the kinds of challenges that we were looking to address with Magento 2. And so we got to the point where we knew that we needed to do something more advanced with digital for her. And we were approached by Magento, and we brought Magento 2 to Jeannie for evaluation. We collected requirements. We really understood at a detailed level what she needed out of the site. But then we identified the market opportunity too. So what did it mean to go out beyond her Colorado base, and what was the revenue upside potential for her to do that, even with her current base, by better connecting with her over the web? What was the opportunity there? We looked at we thought for a minute about other platforms, but when we looked at Magento 2 and what it had to offer, we said let's go for it. And so we helped her make that kind of put that plan in place. And Magento 2 was really a good fit against those requirements. So we brought it together and we decided to go forward. And what it was great about it was the ease of use of the platform. And Jeannie will talk about that in a minute. The fact that it was mobile optimized out of the gate. These are the reasons that she chose really Magento 2 versus other options. The thing that we really like at Guidance about Magento 2 is really that it maintains the flexibility of Magento 1. So why was Magento always in the conversation with retailers? Well, we always found it was because of the flexibility. That would often get Magento into the conversation, even at big retailers. And then what would happen is it would sometimes fall out because there was a perception in the marketplace that it was not scalable, not stable, et cetera. And sometimes it would fall out of the conversation as a result of that. Well, Magento 2, what we love about it is it's architected for all those things. So Jeannie doesn't have to now go and think about another platform for many years because it's built for integration, it's built for scale, it's built for those things. She can now build her digital business from that. It also loaded in faster than 7 seconds. In fact, we're seeing some nice performance out of the site in terms of speed and load times. So that's stuff that Magento talks about regarding speed in this platform are coming to bear for her. And then finally also, really the merchandising capabilities. But Jeannie, do you want to talk about some of the specific features that Magento 2 brought and how you're using it today for your business?
Absolutely. We were really aware that our content was struggling, and it was not flexible, it wasn't engaging, and we needed to be able to do that as a team with ease. And it's amazing the changes that we've been able to do. So that one is by far our number one. And so
I like to say the proof's in the pudding, right? So we did this launch in, actually it was 90 days. It was a very quick launch. We launched with a beautiful site. And really, I think it really connected with your customer.
Absolutely. It took our customers and made their experience visual. And that was a lot of work between focus groups and our customers' feedback and the direction from guidance. We also were able to integrate with our POS system, which as a retailer was a huge reason that we were already integrated, but we needed to integrate better. And that was a big bonus with 2.
And we launched in October, and through the holiday, we saw 104% growth in sales. And so really the results were instantaneous. And a lot of it came from mobile because her mobile conversion rate was really low before. And it really picked up nicely, and now it's right at where it needs to be as you look at industry averages and things. We think there's still upside, of course, but there's as a first step, using her existing traffic to the site, she saw a very nice boost in revenue. Absolutely. So, and I see a lot of that came from mobile. You want to talk a little bit about the content pieces, Jeannie?
Absolutely. So some of the content that I was talking about that's so critical. So I've described what a fitter is. This is that relationship builder between our customer and the product. And she is trusted, and she is a big part of what our customers experience on a day-to-day basis. So not only did her whole visual go to the homepage so that people can interact with them straight away, but she also can share her tips and her favorite brands, and customers can rave about her on her page. So it really made an interaction between our customers and the person that they have the best and the deepest relationship with. So from a content standpoint, it's quick to change. It's easy to change. Our fitters stay with us for a long time. But as they leave, if someone leaves, we can put in a new one really easily, really seamlessly.
So there's a lot of guys in the room. So you guys, like me, I was like the only guy working on this project. So this is a cool project, right? Anyway, so you wouldn't understand this probably, but apparently the traditional fitting experience for a woman is very uncomfortable. And so a woman goes into a department store or something, and somebody rips off the clothes, whatever. So it's just not. It's not a.
Historically, it's a little old lady, and it's somebody that they don't want to talk to about it, and it's a measuring tape around her neck. It's not fun. It's the exact opposite of that for our customers. This is truly, they know each other by name. They know each other. They know about their kids' names. They know about marriages. They know about all of the fun moments that have been in their life. They laugh, and doing something that most women, as I said, don't really think it's fun. They think it's a chore. Instead, it's the exact opposite.
So how do you bring that to life online? This is one step in that direction, right? So fitters, right? So putting some personality to the brand, and really allowing the fitter to connect with the customer, even outside the geography. The next step we're doing with this, and I talked about Magento's flexibility, right, is to add a whole My Drawer feature. So when the customer buys, based on what they buy offline, and it can be online, we're going to store that, and then we're going to serve up recommendations to her based on size, based on her fit, her preferences around brand, things like that. And that's coming soon. So that's we have now a roadmap that we've developed that will address kind of really tying that personalization together for the customer.
Absolutely.
So what about design? What about merchandising?
Well, we have a love affair with our designers. We're fairly unique in our marketplace because rather than having 60 to 80 different brands in our store, we have 5. And we've had those same 5 brands for a very long time. We have deep, deep relationships with the designers of these brands. We sit through all of the different color decisions. We sit through decisions about style. And we've had this relationship with these people for over 15 years. And so we really wanted to be able to bring some of that to life for our customers because it is a really exciting opportunity to get to see something that they put on every day as fashion, as something that's fresh and new. And so within our designer pages, we're really able to talk a lot about each individual designer, to talk about our visits to them, to talk about the colors that are coming for this season, for next season. and really what's unique about our expertise.
And that's really critical because she's selling $200 bras. I know this is like a guy would say, why are you spending $200 on a bra? But it's really amazing when you talk to their customers. They're fans, and I was joking about life-changing. I sat through the focus groups. These are really life-changing because it brings confidence to the women who buy these bras, and to the guys who wear Saks. Right? I have confidence now. So what other solutions are you bringing to the?
I think you're getting a sense that this whole experience in the fitting room is a positive one, and it's one that we wanted to make sure that we could share in multiple layers. So one of the great pieces that Guidance put together for us was this concept called SOL-utions. And what this is about is these are the things that when women come into a fitting room, they complain about. The band is too tight, it's too loose. Oh, I'm nursing right now, or all these different steps that's a part of what's going on for women and what they need solved. So what we have here is a resource center where they can go, and when they get interactive with it, which you're not seeing right now, but they can absolutely do. They see visuals of what it looks like when your cups are spilling out. They see what the solution is. They also, more importantly, can then see how they can purchase that product to finish the solution.
And, so these are just a few examples. We don't have time today to share all of them, but there's more that we've done with Jeannie in building the business. But the key is that it all ties back to that first step of understanding how is she connecting with customers, what her strategy is, those things. That was the important first step. And now we have a roadmap we're building against. The really neat thing is she's actually now getting accolades and recognition across not the internet business, not the e-commerce world, but even outside of that, in the apparel business. In fact, Jeannie just won, I think, a couple weeks ago as one of the top apparel innovators in the country. Apparel Magazine for 2016 named Jeannie one of the top innovators. So really exciting stuff for her. We're thrilled to be working with Jeannie with all this stuff. So we've got just a couple minutes left, guys. So we wanted to make sure we take questions. And I think Jeannie, you wanted to give out some props. Drive some sales.
Well, sure. That's what we're all here for, too, right? So yeah, feel free to use Imagine 2016 for a discount on the site. Enjoy visiting it. It's fantastic, and we're really appreciative of all the work that Guidance did. They did a great job with it.
Thank you, Jeannie.
You're welcome.
So go get some Saks, guys.